Alright, gang, we're going into round number 3 of the Modern Challenge. We have so far off camera because I was trying to stream it on my Twitch channel and had some difficulties with the new program bogging down my memory on my Surface. Round 1 we beat Boros Burn, and round 2 we beat Green White Enchantress, that time recorded, and it's on the previous VOD, so if you haven't already had a chance, go ahead and check that out as we go into round 3 here. Alright, nice Obnixilis cookie. Let's see here, are we good? Looks like we're all gravy. Won the die roll, we get to go first. Let's see what we get. I like Smallpox, no Flagstones, and no turn 1 Thoughtseize, but we'll keep it. It's still not a bad hand. Especially if the opponent's on a creature-heavy deck, because then we can go Shambling Vents into Fatal Push, and then hopefully find a Flagstones and be able to Smallpox profitably. If not, we do have 4 lands. So perhaps it's a matchup where we won't need them all. Or where their lands matter more than ours do, like Tron. I was taking a sweet time to decide about keeping this hand. In the meantime, we'll talk a little bit about our lines to start here. We could start on the Shambling Vent, or we could start on the Fetid Heath. Either way, we don't intend to have a turn 1 play. The question is, what do we expect to play on turn 2? If we start on the Vent, we can still go Heath and go Thoughtseize Fatal Push if that's the play. Or I like running out the Shambling Vent first because it taps anyway. It's probably the wisest play. It's like a turn 1 play anyway. Almost hopeful that our opponent's on burn, because even with the Thoughtseize, this is not a bad burn start. Okay, opponent's tanking on our upkeep. I don't know what you're going to do on turn 0 of our upkeep, but okay. That'd be some impressive wizardry if he could pull something off here. But I'm not overly optimistic that he can. Just make sure our auto yields are set to off, so opponent's not trying some MTGO trickery where we may get fidgety and not play the right thing. We're not going to do that. That plan will not be successful. Thoughtseize us. Inquisition. Alright, he's going to take Smallpox or Thoughtseize, probably. Could take Fatal Push, not likely, though. Probably Smallpox, if I had to guess. Oh, Thoughtseize, that's fine, too. So we Inquisition him back. And it looks like he's on Lantern, which is not ideal for us. And he has all the discard spells. Rough Life. What's a Ghoul Caller's Bell? Which one's that? Okay. I think we'd rather take Stirrings more than anything here. We're going to get double discarded here anyway, or at least single discarded, and probably lose Smallpox. Lantern is not a great matchup for our deck. Not excited to see it, but maybe we can pull one out. Well, there goes our one of main deck Anguished Unmaking, which is wholly unfortunate. We're going to have to Pox here. Luckily, Fatal Push is not a card. Not a magic card in this matchup. And we have multiple Fetid Heath, so we can sacrifice that. This keeps him off the ability to cast Ensnaring Bridge anytime soon, should he find it. opponent has a surgical extraction and a academy runes now. Okay. Gonna let us have the Liliana. Very interesting. Oh, he finds an Abrupticate with the Liliana, but he doesn't have the mana for it. Oh, yeah, he had the Thoughtseize. Duh. We forgot about the Thoughtseize, so Liliana was never going to make it. Alright. We've got some bad top decks coming. It's not great for us here. Smallpox, not bad, but he'll mill that. He'll likely mill the Smallpox here end of turn with the Ghoul Caller's Bell. No, well, no, he won't, because he... Oh, I guess he doesn't want the Abrupt Decay that bad. Oh, we get a Fatal Push that does nothing. He gets a Thoughtseize. That's rough. That's how this goes. We're going to have to attack with Shambling Vents. That's the plan. Hope he does not find what he wants. He's got a lot of reasons, a lot of ways to find it, so we're going to be in some trouble here. Since it's our only play, we're going to have to animate Shambling Vents and Shambling Vent and attack for 2. Urborg actually helps him, so he probably won't. Oh, man. Pithing Needle is going to shut down our Shambling Vents. We are pretty close to dead here, gang. I mean, I guess you have Lingering Souls to attack into his Ensnaring Bridge potentially, but still not loving where we're at right now. Well, Liliana's now gone from the deck, but Bloodghast is on top, which is not terrible. But he can Pixis that, so it exiles it? That's so rude. Oh, it's gone from the surgical. Alright. Alright. I am just about ready to scoop it up, but not quite. Only because, like I said, Lingering Souls is a big game. There's Ensnaring Bridge, though, and that, with Anguished Unmaking already gone and Liliana out of the deck, will seal the game up. Cannot actually beat that Ensnaring Bridge. So we'll go on to game 2. Alright, so for game 2, we have access to 3 Stony Silence and Fulminator Mages, which you bring in because you have lots of bad cards. Like, you don't want these Fatal Pushes, they're bad. Never is not that great. It's okay, but it's not great. Liliana is obviously fine. Collective Brutality is surprisingly effective. Gideon's a little expensive. And you almost never get to a point where you want to make an emblem anyway because of Ensnaring Bridge potentially. So that's why you play it that way. So let's see if we have better luck here. We could have also brought in like Leyline for Academy Runes. I personally think that's a little bit loose. I don't think there's enough value to that game. So yeah, that's why we didn't. Lots of discard, we're keeping it. If he doesn't have Leyline, then we're in great shape. We don't care about our life total. We just want to have the best shot at taking out things that matter. In this case, what's more important, the Lantern or the Nature's Claim? The Lantern's more important here because he can land it on turn 1. And we can always take the Nature's Claim with a Collective Brutality before we land a Stony Silence we might top deck. So there goes Glimmer Void and Mox Opal. Ancient Stirrings. Finds a Ghost Quarter. So we could take the claim now, but again, I want to prioritize the Ensnaring Bridge because there's no rush on the claim until we find actual Stony Silence. End of turn, we'll crack our fetch. No need to be taking unnecessary damages, even though it's not relevant in this matchup specifically. Man, alright, Urborg Flood. Well, now we can Collective Brutality both modes, and we'll discard a spare Urborg. Take the Nature's Claim. Opponent's got 2 lands in hand. I didn't play my land. That was really dumb. Not that it would matter, because like either a 4-drop I can't play without a 4th land, or a 3-drop I could with this land drop still. So I guess it's still fine. Well, he found that Codex Shredder, which is rough for us. Opponent finds a Thoughtseize for our very bad hand. Unfortunately, the opponent has tons of mana. So this Fulminator is an attacker because we don't know. Okay, he nailed a Pithing Needle. Finds an Ensnaring Bridge. Rough life. So the game plan now then would be sacrifice this and destroy Glimmer Void. Well, it's pretty much Lingering Souls or bust. And even then, that's not really guaranteed to get us very far. Inventor's Fair now, rough life. And we're getting flooded. Oh, man. So we play the Smallpox because it's what we can do. We're not going to use Flagstones here. Smallpox is getting us closer to keeping him off mana. We'll wait for the flagstones because it's no different this turn or next turn. We know he's drawing Seal of Primordium. And that's bad because it blanks our next Stony Silence, obviously, which is rough. So, like, if we can Fulminator him out of the game and make him draw, say, Ensnaring Bridges, then we're not dead. Opponent's not concerned at all with Fulminator Mage. That's kind of good news. Oh, he just keeps drawing lands, though. That's why he doesn't care about Fulminator Mage. And he sees them all coming. Duh. Alright. So what do we need? Running? I don't know what we need, but I feel like we can't give up. Stupid Lantern. We didn't hit the Anguished Unmaking yet, so I guess there's a series where we go like Stony, Anguished, Anguished, or something like that. Or Stony, Stony, Anguished, and he doesn't want me to have any of those cards, so I get the third one. But hopefully the third one's Anguished. Could also just amass a small army, and then if he ever has a card left in hand, then we get to do a bunch of damage. Alright, and that's where we have to blow up Academy Ruins, because that could get problematic. Yeah, we're just pretty dead here. Ah, man, I hate Lantern Control. We even have 3 Stonies today just because of this obnoxious matchup. But they really only care about Stony, so that's why they have the overabundance of hatred for it with Stony, or a Seal of Primordium, Abrupt Decay, all the discard to take it before you can cast it. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. So, the question is there any way out of this game? And the answer is no. So we lose the Lantern Control there, guys. Frown Town, but not a great matchup for our deck. I imagine like it isn't a matchup for a lot of decks, but our deck is specifically taking them off resources, and they're trying to put all their permanents onto the table anyway, so it's not really helpful to be discarding or trying to take their lands, and it's all mana sources and like Mox Opals anyway. But thanks for tuning in for round 3 of the Modern Challenge. 2-1 now, and still looking to recover after our first loss of the tournament, and hopefully we can come back round 4 and be 3-1. So we'll see you for round 4. Check that out in the next vid.